So today I want to talk to you guys about situationships and about why they are so bad for you, actually. Just bad for your emotional health, bad for your physical health. So let's get right into it. Now, first things first, what is a situationship? I guess most people know, maybe some people don't. It's basically like, it's that awkward gray zone, right? Where you're like with someone, but somebody in the relationship is basically too scared to say that they're basically too scared to actually be in a relationship. They're like scared to commit. So they don't want to be in a relationship, but at the same time, you guys are still basically doing everything that you would be doing if you were in a relationship anyway. So you're still hanging out a lot, you're still sleeping together, doing everything as if you were in a relationship, except that somebody says that they don't want to be in a relationship. So you've kind of just stuck in this awkward gray zone where there's like no label, and yeah. Which brings me to my first point, which is that you never know where you stand. By definition, you are literally caught in the gray zone. You're not friends because you're still doing everything you would do and you're still sleeping together, but you also are not their girlfriend or they're not your boyfriend. So you're not actually in a relationship. You're kind of just stuck in limbo, quite frankly. You're stuck in limbo, you're stuck in the gray zone. You don't really know where you stand. You're in a situationship, and that is just downright confusing. One thing I've learned is that if you don't know where you stand, then you don't stand anywhere, and that basically means if you're in the gray zone, then you're not actually anything to them. So it's just too confusing. It's just too confusing. Am I with them? Am I not with them? Oh my god, what are we? What is this? And you just kind of end up like thinking about it, and it kind of just stresses you out because it's too confusing. The second point is that you can't say anything if they get with someone else. So this is why I reckon, this is my theory about why guys want to be in situationships. Basically, they just want to have their cake and eat it, which basically means they want you, but they also want everybody else, and they want you to be fine with that. And that is not fine because you get the short end of the stick. Like, you can't say anything if they get with someone else. So if they go off and have a one-night stand or a little fling with someone else, you can't say to them, oh, you cheated on me, because they were never with you to begin with anyway. So basically, you're kind of just, you're getting the shit end of the bargain, basically. The third point about why a situationship is bad for you is that it ends up making you feel like you're just not good enough. It just makes you feel like you're not good enough. And that right there is bad for your emotional health. Like, you are good enough. You, exactly as you are good enough. Full stop. Period. But when you're in a situationship, you kind of feel like, oh, well, maybe if I lost more weight, he'd want to be in a relationship with me, or maybe once I got a job, he'd want to be in a relationship with me, or once I do XYZ, he'll want to be in a relationship with me. There's no condition. Like, if he wants to be with you, he will. There's no condition on it. Like, it just makes you feel like you're not good enough. So you don't want to be with someone who makes you feel like good enough. You should be with a guy who knows already that you already are good enough and therefore is willing to commit. The next thing is that there's a lack of boundaries in situationships. So, I mean, where does it end? If you're like, you're not really with each other, but you're not just friends. So, but the fact that you're not friends, but you're still doing things anyway, even though you're not actually in a relationship, means that boundaries are getting pushed, right? And where does that end exactly? Because if certain boundaries are being crossed that you're not actually that comfortable with, I mean, he could do anything, And then it's like, you can't really say anything because it's like, you don't want to piss them off, you don't want to let them down, you don't want them to feel bad, you're kind of like holding on to hope that maybe he'll be with you if you don't like push back too much on something that you're not comfortable with. You end up crossing your own boundaries, and that is bad for your emotional health. Next thing, the physical effects. Like, all of this confusion, all of this lack of crossing boundaries, all of the worry, it ends up actually affecting you physically because it stresses you out, and then it has effects on your nervous system. Your nervous system is like, the part that gets you into fight or flight mode, sorry. and you kind of end up getting gut upset, you know, like nervous butterflies in your stomach. Yeah, physically, stress is so bad for you. And last but not least, you're missing out on true connection. You're missing out on a genuine, full-on connection. So you're kind of just selling yourself short. Those are all my reasons about why situationships are just bad for you. They're just bad for you, bad for your emotional health, bad for your physical health, bad for your mental health. Ladies, we can do better here. Like, this should not be the norm. I mean, like, no, let's just stop it. If somebody's too scared to commit to you, then don't be with them. Then obviously they're just not good enough for you. They are not good enough for you. It's not that you are not good enough for them. They are not good enough for you because they're not willing to actually put a label on it. I mean, it's just, yeah, even the terminology is so strange to me. Like, you know, when we think of like being in a relationship, like we all make it sound like it's this huge scary thing and it's like a serious thing. And I mean, let's just change the way we talk about it. Like, relationships are not supposed to be serious. I mean, it depends on your personality. They should be fun. Yes, they should be committed. But they shouldn't be just like, they don't have to be serious. They can be committed and fun. Does that make sense? Like, they can be fun, you guys enjoy each other's company, but at the same time is committed. So those are the reasons why it is so bad for you. Let's start raising the standards, ladies. Let's put the bar up and yeah, don't settle for situationships because they are so bad for you. Yeah, so I hope you enjoy this video. If you find these at all helpful, feel free to subscribe. Yeah, I will see you in the next one.